All right, what is up? We are in playoff week. Saturday night now. We've got the Bills and Miami game at the moment. I don't know what was happening with my internet there for a second, but anyway, we goods now. What we thought was going to be a crazy snowstorm game hasn't been so far. It looked bad early on in the day, but it looked like they had like tarps covering the field. So all the snow just went on top of the tarps, and then they just, straight bulldozed all that snow out of there. So the field was looking good. The stands, not so much. They couldn't get the stands done. There was a lot of snow in the stands as everybody keeps throwing these damn snowballs. They already stopped the game once and warned that they'll give a 15-yard penalty to Buffalo if they keep throwing snowballs. But but yeah, so going into the game, I mean, a lot of people had questions about Miami guys and Bills guys. Josh Allen and Gabe Davis and Diggs, of course, and Waddle and Hill and Tua. Do you play these guys? Do you not play these guys? And you can't just you don't know what the weather is going to be like. So, I mentioned just watch the weather going in. This way you can tell, what's going to happen. And if you watch the weather going in, everything looked nice and clear. It's not crazy windy, so they can throw the football. It's just cold. That's it. There's not snow coming down. There's not no blizzard like we thought there was going to be or anything like that. So, hopefully, you played Diggs, you played Waddle, Cheetah. I mean, they're not doing crazy much right now, but let me actually go into that game real quick. I mean, Mostert's going off. I mean, 108 with 11 touches. And then you've got, I mean, Diggs has got 3 for 49, so he's not done much. Nobody else has really done much. Waddle, 2 for 47, 4 for 29 for Cheetah. There hasn't been much that's happened that's been like relevant. I mean, you've had Quentin Morris and Hines score the 2 TDs for Buffalo, and then you had Salvin Ahmed score the touchdown for Miami. So I don't know, you know, but I mean, you got to play the guns if they're healthy, and we saw that the weather was still good. So we'll see what happens there. If you didn't play those guys, hopefully whoever you did play does their thing, so it doesn't hurt you or kill you. But in the meantime, I mean, let's talk about the first game. Let's talk about my squad, the Minnesota Vikings, my boys. We went down fucking 33-0. Oh man, it was horrible. I was fucking tossing shit. And it wasn't even like because of JT or anything. So that's what made it even worse. But we go down 33-0, getting our ass kicked. Kirk is throwing pick sixes. I mean, it's just bad. And then all of a sudden, we start coming back. We start coming back. Boom. Now it's 33-14. Okay. Then we scored 22 points in the fourth quarter and tie that shit up. I mean, that was a very, very good game. I mean, if you had Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, KJ Osborne, JJ, they did their thing. Um, Zach Moss led Indianapolis backfield with 24 carries, which I guess I didn't really expect with Deion Jackson there. Dion had 13 for 55. He did more with the carries, averaged 4.2, where Zach Moss averaged only 3.4. But Michael Pittman, 10 for 60, doesn't score a touchdown, but gets another 30 rushing yards. So got you a decent amount of points there, especially if PPR. I mean, you got like 10 receptions. So, I mean, nobody else caught more than two balls. Granson, 2 for 34. I mean, Doolin, 2 for 25. Jelani Woods, 1 for 36. Campbell, 2 for 13. I mean, Deion Jackson scored the touchdown on the little reception, but he also did have the fumble. That's right. Him, Matt Ryan, Pierce, a bunch of fumbles. Oh, that's recovery. My bad. Yeah, three fumbles. Ryan, Flowers, and Jackson. So, but yeah, I mean, awesome game. So 12 catches for JJ. That puts him at like 111 and like 1,620 something yards because he had a flat 1,500, I believe, going in. Still got time left. I mean, him and Osborne both 16 targets apiece. Thielen only had four, but he did the most with them, 3 for 41 with a tutty. And then Big Cock Hawk 3 for 33. Didn't really do much, but he had 9 targets. Should have caught another ball or two, but he like kind of fucked up on the route and shit. But Caddy, what up, my guy? Yeah, man. Yeah, Taylor. Taylor's fucking a lot of people. Or he fucked a lot of people. Um yeah, that just wasn't good. It's unfortunate, but listen, you can't predict injury. I mean, it could have went either way. He could have scored, 102 tutties, but unfortunately he got injured. Apparently it's the same ankle as earlier in the year. He flared it up and re-injured the same thing from what I've heard so far. So I don't know, but yeah, it was an awesome game. Oh, there goes Waddle. Hope you played Waddle. Hope you played Waddle because he just catches a. Oh man, is that hilarious? Stevenson goes down. I trade him away for JT and he gets injured. Yes. What are you gonna do, bro? You know what are you gonna do? I'm going against Diggs right now. Damn, should have played. How does Tua only have? Is my shit not updating? Like, what the hell is happening here? But yeah, that sucks, Caddy. I mean, but again, I mean, what are you gonna do, bro? Are they going for two? They are going for two. Yeah, I mean that was Tua needed that because he hasn't been playing well. Even tonight, he hasn't been good outside that one long pass. But that's what Miami can do to you. They hit you on a damn short route. Like you're down by 66. He has four who played, and you have one. You think I can still come back? Listen, if there's one thing that you learn about fantasy over the years is that anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen, especially in the playoffs. Um, I mean, we've seen a few 50-point outings this year. I mean, who's to say that can't happen again for somebody? Anybody really. But I mean, who do you have that still has to play, and who does he have that still has to play? Like, do you have at least some big guns left? Like, that's the one thing about being down. Like, all right, who do you have left that can try and match one of their guys, points, like, or go crazy? Like, who do you have that can turn the tables for you? It's got to be somebody. So somebody's got to, he's got Mixon, he's got Adams, he's got Dolchich and Watson. I can see Watson shit in the bed. That can definitely happen. Dolchich, I can see not doing nothing. Godwin, I can see not doing nothing with the Bucks fucking up. Um, Mixon could be okay. Adams probably gonna do some work, but there's games where he didn't play good this year either. So anything can happen. All you need is a couple bad weeks from a couple players, and that's how it happens, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, you got Fields, you got Henry, you got St. Brown, you got D Hop, you got Kelsey, you got Connor. I mean, we've seen Kelsey score 4 touchdowns this year in one game. So, we've seen Connor go off. We've seen D Hop do his thing. We've seen St. Brown do his thing over and over. I mean, you got the King Henry, you got Fields. We've seen a couple 40-point outings. Like, he might even have a 50-pointer this year. I don't know. I don't have him, but I mean, you got plenty of guys that can do work. It just seems like you're gonna need a big game from somebody or a couple big games, Probably don't need, 40 pointers, but if you get a couple 20 pointers from a couple of those guys, you know. Henry goes over 100 and a touch. Same Brown. I mean, all those guys can do, easily over 100 and a touchdown at the least. So yeah, you'll be all right, bro. You just need some of those guys to do their thing, bro. You need the Minneapolis. You do. You do. But how about that comeback by my boys, Caddy? Talk about a Minneapolis miracle. Yeah, we had one today, all right. Crazy. We're getting just our ass kicked. I mean, fucking Kirk's throwing pick sixes. It was just bullshit, bro. It was bullshit, guys. But we wound up, making the comeback and doing our thing. But I mean, I was pissed. I mean, I couldn't. It was hard to watch in the first half. Like, I'm just watching Kirk and these fuck ups. Throws the pick six, and it. Oh, man. But listen, we came out in the second half, and we came to play. We took care of business when it mattered, and then wound up taking the win in overtime. So listen, we might not, have the greatest plus minus differential or whatever the hell everybody is saying, but at the same time, listen, we're able to win close games. We're playing a lot of close games, and come to the playoff times, like when shit matters. I mean, we're gonna have the experience, and we have the experience coming out on top. So Jeff Saturday couldn't hold up. No, man. Listen, do we really like? Do we have to blame the coach though? I mean, listen, yeah, of course he's part of it, but I mean, the players got to take some accountability at that as well. And being that it's not the first time that Matt Ryan has blown leads, I mean, it's happened not only in the Super Bowl, numerous times, after that as well. So, part of that is on Matt Ryan, part of that is on some of the guys on the team as well. I mean, you can't let a team come back from 33 nothing. Like, that just can't happen. I mean, they did nothing offensively the whole second half. 3 points. They kicked 1 field goal, like, so that can't happen, but it is what it is. My guys came out on top. We got the division, and we are, you know, rolling into the playoffs. Um, so we'll see how that goes. See how that goes. Hopefully we can keep up this winning and still have, home field advantage at least up until the NFC Championship. So We'll see if we can stick in that second spot. That'd be good. Shows who is the better coach. I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, Jeff Saturday's got to learn, of course. I mean, he's of course new to it. He's gonna go through learning shit and like that. But listen, I mean, this is what you have other guy like you have other guys in the organization. You've got a general manager, you've got more importantly on the field, you've got the offensive coordinator, you've got the defensive coordinator, you've got all those position coaches that can, help along in all this. Like Jeff Saturday's not out there having to call plays and shit. Like, he's not doing all that. Like, yeah, ultimately he's the guy that makes the decisions, but you've got all these guys around you and guys looking at analytics and all people in your ear. So he's got people that's helping him out in most situations. So maybe he could have been a better leader and motivator, for his team and had them not take the foot off the gas. That could be, but as far as like as far as how the game was going and shit like that, and the plays that were being called and all that. I mean, I don't blame that on him. If anything, like I said, it's just more of being a leader and keeping your guys, you know, in check and hyped up. So that's what I would say there. Jason, what's up, brother? Have to pick one PPR: Olave, Chris Moore, Brian Robinson. Oof. Let me see who these guys are playing real quick. I mess with some Olave. Chris Moore's got a good matchup, but it is kind of scary going into the fantasy playoffs. Like how much of that was like an aberration? Like I don't know. Um, and I hate to like chase fantasy points. You've got Brian Robinson, who I think he's a little bit banged up, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look that up real quick. I think he's going to be playing him and Gibby both, but I think he was a tiny bit banged up. Yeah, removed from injury report, so he's not even injured no more. I think I like either Robinson or Olave. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, I mean Olave is going to give you the solid floor. It's tough between Olave and Robinson, but if it's full PPR, maybe I'll just take Olave. I'll go with Olave there. Thanks for tuning in, Jason. Appreciate you, man. Caddy, down by this much, should I roll the dice on Wilson and bench D Hop? No, we're not benching D Hop. Stop it. No, Caddy, we're not benching D Hop. Colt McCoy can sling the thing, man. Colt McCoy can sling it. So I'm not. I have a tough time sitting D Hop. I know Wilson has been going off again, though. Now we got to trust Zach Wilson at QB. And on top of that, I mean, the last 2 games he did play with Zach Wilson, he did play well. I think he had like a 70-yard game and a 90-yard game, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody have to fact check me on that. But do you want to roll the dice on that? I don't know. I mean, listen, the Lions defense has been better lately. They weren't good really all season, but it just depends how much faith you have in Zach Wilson. For me, I'm just gonna go with D Hop. He's just the proven player. I know Kyler Murray's out, but like I said, Cole McCoy is no slouch. Like he can throw the football. So and D Hop still, led the league and led the team in targets last week as well. So you got to play. I think you got to play D Hop. And I think I don't know if we talked about this yesterday, Caddy. I think you said something about the upside. Like, yeah, the upside probably is in Wilson because he can take one catch to the house, easy. D Hop is not doing that now at his age, but he's got to catch a little more deep passes. But, that's the one thing with Wilson. So it just depends what how much you want to risk, man. For me, I think, D Hop is probably just a safer bet. Yeah, I think I said the same thing yesterday. Who has a higher chance of giving you a fucking donut, bro? Garrett Wilson legit has a chance to give you a donut. I don't think D Hop has a chance to give you a donut. I think that's probably the easiest way to put it. Jason said, "Feel yeah, you feel my pain." I do, bro. I do. I feel it. I feel it on that one. I feel it on that one. And listen, I love the Chris Moore matchup. It's a great matchup, but I just don't know if I want to trust that, and I don't know if I want to chase the points, especially when you've got two other good options in Olave and Brian Robinson. So I think they both give you a pretty decent floor. Um, who is yeah, I think they give you a pretty decent floor, and Olave might have the higher. I think Olave has the higher upside because you still got Gibby over there too. So Jim, what's up, Jim? Full PPR start two. Judy, Donta, DJ Moore, DJ Shark, Alan Lazard. I think I'm going Alan Lazard and Donta Foreman here. Jerry Judy, I know he's the only guy there. Like I know, but with the backup QB, Ripien, however you say his name, I don't know if I don't think I'm trusting that. They don't score points even with Russell Wilson, so I don't know. I'm just not comfortable playing Judy. I like Foreman. He has a good matchup, and he's going to get 20 plus touches. I mean, the team said they want to give him 20 plus touches. He did that last game. Didn't get a touchdown, and didn't get over 100 yards or anything, but he got the touches and the elite usage was there. DJ Moore, I don't know if we can trust DJ Moore. I mean, last week 3 targets, no catches. I Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like they want to run the football a lot. So DJ Shark has been solid. He really has. Jameson, maybe he gets a little bit more playing time, and that's kind of like Shark's role is almost the same as Jameson. So uh it's rough, but more importantly, they're playing the Jets defense, which has been pretty solid. I think Amon Ra will still have a good day, but I don't know about DJ Shark. Alan Lazard is still the number one target for Aaron Rodgers, even though Christian Watson has been scoring tutties like crazy. But he still is getting the most targets by far. So I'll roll with Lazard and Foreman on that. Um, yeah, I'll take that. Jim, start Danny Jones or Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been a beast lately. Cowboys defense, I mean, they are pretty good, but we've seen they can be got. And if that is like a high scoring shootout or anything like that, I mean, who's Danny Jones playing? They're playing the Commanders. And the Commanders D's been pretty solid. The D line's been really good. Give me Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been a top 10 quarterback for the last like 5, 6 weeks or something like that. So let's roll with Trevor. He's top 10 on the season right now after the last few weeks' performances. Jason, what up, my guy? Do you think Stevenson will start tomorrow? If not, do I start Cordell Patterson or Alan Lazard in my flex? I don't know if Stevenson's going to start, man. Um, I don't know. He's questionable. I don't know if you want to even take that chance. I mean, there is no Damian Harris, but and they've already said like they're gonna probably lean on some of the rookie RBs they have. I don't know if Stevenson, if he plays, it's hard to not play him. But Patterson's been getting split carries with Algier, and I don't like that. So Patterson has been getting a little less work. I think he caught a couple passes. Let me see. I don't have Patterson in any leagues. Let's see what he's done. Yeah, I mean he's getting 10, 11 carries. He caught a couple passes the game before. I don't know how that's going to look now with the new QB and Ritter. But you could probably expect Cordell to get 10 to 12 touches. Alan Lazard, we just kind of briefly talked about Alan Lazard. Let me pull up Lazard real quick. I mean, he's going to give you a solid floor. He hasn't done much really for the last 4 weeks, but 6 targets, 3 targets, 11 targets. I mean, they're playing the Rams. Mm. Patterson or Lazard. Patterson's gonna give you the better floor, but Lazard's gonna give you the higher upside. Um, so it depends how risky you want to get, but I'll roll with um I'll roll with Lazard because of the tough defense at New Orleans, and they're playing at New Orleans as well. So don't forget we got the rookie QB going too. So I'll take my chances with Lazard. Fuck it. If you want the upside, if you just want to play it safe for the floor, just play Patterson. It just depends what you're comfortable with. Garrett Wilson averages 8.3 points full PPR with Zach. D Hop averages 16.5. Well, yeah, I mean D Hop averages crazy with anybody. It doesn't matter. He's shown in his career that it doesn't matter who the QB is. D Hop is doing his thing. It don't matter who's that QB. I mean, he's had some of the worst QBs like of any receiver ever. So yeah. So it just that's another reason. I mean, are you talking yourself into it now? I tried to talk you into it. Are you talking yourself into it now, Caddy? But if Stevenson's playing, yeah, I mean, listen, if Stevenson's playing, I think you got to start him. He's been a top 10 running back all season long. I mean, it's just be a little wary of the injury. See if it flares up before the game. I don't know what time. Be aware of what time the games are as well. I don't know what time is that New England game. Yeah, the New England game is at 4. Packers don't play till Monday night, so yeah, you got time to make that decision. Cordell Patterson plays early. So you're basically just saying fuck it. You're not playing Cordell Patterson. It's either going to be Stevenson or Lazard. So looking at those complex stat lines, of course, bro. What do you think I do? That's how I study my shit. All that shit. A lot of these things matter. A lot of things that you can't even find like regularly. Just more in depth shit like targets per route run and shit like that. Let's see if I can pull up. But you can find the like regular shit that they just put out. Like player profile is pretty good. So playerprofile.com, you can look up anybody's shit. They'll show you. You've got the targets, the target share, the target rate. How they compare to the other receivers or running backs. What number they're at. So air yards. I mean, there's so many things that you can find. You just got to know what they mean and what that pertains to, and what that could mean on the football field. Which is why I was so high on guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown for, last year and especially going into this year. I mean, the target share, the target rate, the targets per route run is just it's insane. And he leads the league by far in targets per route run, which means that most of the time when he's running around, he's getting targeted on that route. So and that correlates to targets, that correlates to receptions, and that directly correlates to the fantasy points that you get. So you want those guys that are just ball hogs and that are going to be getting the football, the Amon-Ra St. Browns, the Drake Londons, the Kyle Pitts, that it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but when you look at the advanced stats, you can really see that these guys are going to be elite, once the situation changes. Jason said, just with the times of the games, I kind of need to forget about. Yeah, if you have no choice, really, if you're really stuck on trying to play Stevenson, if he plays, then yeah, you are kind of you are kind of stuck. And like I said, Patterson will probably give you the good floor. He's got a nice little, I don't know, 5 to little 8-point floor. If it's full PPR, probably a little more, maybe. Well, it all depends. But anyway, I like the idea of playing Stevenson. Of course, if he's going to play, I think absolutely you have to, and I think you can absolutely wait on it because worst comes to worst, you play Lazard, and that's a good play. So I wouldn't be worried about it. Just keep an eye on Stevenson, especially before the game, because sometimes they'll say that he's playing, and then all of a sudden in warmups, it ain't right, and he can't play. So just be careful of that. Just be careful of that. I missed what's been happening over here. A bunch of nothing. Still 21-19. I'm going against Diggs, so I don't need. I got Josh Allen going too. Diggs has got 4 for 54, so not too bad. You also projected to win this week still. Yeah. Oh, good, bro. That's good. That is good. Is that the only? Are you only in one league, Jay? Caddy, how about you? How many leagues are you guys in? Diggs might be hurt. What happened? I missed it. I saw him go down earlier, like holding his hip. But then I think he still was playing. He went back in. So unless he went, I haven't been watching the last, I don't know, last few minutes. I guess I'm in two, but it's the one that matter. What is that? You're like your home league or your family league or something? Two. Oh, that was a push off. That was offensive pass interference, or it should be at least. Pushed him with two hands. Or you didn't see him a few plays. Yeah, possibly, possibly. Yeah, look at this push off. Yeah, that's offensive. Caddy says you're in six. Three of them you're in already out of the playoffs. So I could care less. Yeah, I feel you, bro. It happens. Did you like playing in six? Like, how was that for you? Because this year I played in the most leagues I ever played, and I played in 10 leagues this year. Um, Four dynasty or three dynasty? I think it's three dynasty. Three dynasty, and then seven redraft leagues. I've got three home leagues that I play in. One is a dynasty, and two of them are a redraft. But anyway, so I played in 10 total leagues, and it was just too much. I just couldn't. I couldn't keep up with the waiver wire, and I couldn't keep up with trades. It was just difficult. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. So next year, I've got my three home leagues and my two dynasty leagues. That gives me five leagues right there. And then we'll probably make a subscriber league for redraft and a subscriber league for dynasty. So that will still put me at seven. Plus, if I do anything with any other content creators or Instagram pages, I'm in a few leagues with a couple guys this year. So we'll see. But I might cut some out and only do like, some of the big ones. But now come on. I mean, Buffalo, yeah, Buffalo's getting the ball back. Ooh, God, the punter just got rocked. Holy shit. Yo, they fucking rocked this dude. Oh shit. Can we see the replay? Roughing the kicker or the punter. Yep. Yep. It looked like he just straight tackled, dude. Oh yeah. Oof. It wasn't as bad of a hit as I thought, but he hit the ground hard. Yeah. Yeah, he felt that shit. He felt that. It should be, I think that's an automatic first, right? Yep. All right, that's good. I want to keep the ball in Miami's hands. I want to keep it away from Buffalo right now. But yeah, anyway, that was that Vikings Colts. Now the Ravens Browns, I mean, that was fucking just depressing and dismal almost. JK was doing his thing though. JK's been solid the last 2 weeks, but he still like looks like he's dragging his leg on some of these long runs. Like he's not like running right. It just looks weird. Yeah, I want the Fins to keep it too. That's what I'm talking about, Jay. That's what I'm saying, bro. Keep it with the Fins, baby. Run that clock. Run that clock. Mostert is just breaking tackles. Like, what the fuck? Bill's got a tackle. Man. But yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson, I mean, I guess he looked a little bit better today. Had the one touchdown to Peoples Jones. Cooper had 458. Didn't do much. Chubb had 99 yards on the ground. So just under 100. Huntley just looked shitty. That whole offense just can't do anything except run the football. So yeah, JK had a good day, but Huntley was bad. They need Lamar back or somebody. I mean, I don't know. Even Lamar can't really do much. They've got no like weapons. They've got no wide receivers. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't even know how they're 9-5 to be honest, but they are. So it is what it is. But yeah, Huntley is just they didn't look good. The Browns don't have like this dominant defense, but something's got to happen there. What other plays? Any other plays y'all got or guys you want to talk about or situations, whatever. But yeah, Zach Wilson, fucking guy, is now the QB of the Jets. He gets another chance. Just so happens he gets another chance to save his career, resurrect his shit. Because if he does bad, yeah, he might be fucked. Um, but he's got a chance to do at least decent or good. He's got to win. He's got to just take care of the football. Take care of the football and, just make the right play. I mean, even Ahmed is running all over the fucking Bills right now. I mean, what is going on here? But that's what we need, right, Jake? Keep the ball out of the Bills' hands. That was a good balance too. He's not the biggest guy either. What's going on with James Robinson? I never thought he was a starter, but he's getting no points. Listen, James Robinson is a guy that I've absolutely hated going into this year, and Cheetah catches a bomb. God. Oh shit. That was a perfectly thrown ball too. Nice. All right, we might have a shootout now. Shit. I mean, just burned. Nice throw to a fucking. That's good. But yeah, James Robinson, a guy I never liked going into the season. Like, yes, he was a top 10 running back, but listen, he was an undrafted guy, which means that the team spent no draft capital. They spent no money um, on this guy. So they have no, obligation to want to try and play him or get anything. So they went out, and after James Robinson had a top 10 RB season, they went out and they drafted ETN in the first round. First round picks get 30 mil like guaranteed. Um, so that means they're invested in him. So I just didn't like James Robinson, he's a good RB. He's not great. Like he's just not the guy. But listen, they went and they released James Robinson, or did they trade him? I don't know. I think they released him, but I'm not even sure what happened. I think they traded him to the Jets. Anyway, they the Jets get him, and now he can't even get on the field. Like he's not good enough to get on the field. It seems like they're just not playing him. I mean, you wouldn't go out and get the guy if you didn't plan on playing him until maybe he got there and you saw what he can do, and you're like, nah, my other dudes are better than that. So yeah, traded to the Jets. There you go. So that just goes to show you like what the NFL thinks of him, what the Jets think of him. So the Jaguars basically just kicked him to the curb, and now the Jets are kicking him to the curb after they went out and got him. So I think in reality, he's just not that good of a running back. He could be a good running back, but again, he's got no team has he didn't get drafted. Like no team spent anything on him. No team invested in him. So they don't care. They want to make money too. I mean, who is James Robinson? I mean, they draft a guy in the first round, ETN. Everybody's buying ETN jerseys. Everybody wants to go to the game. Like it's also business part of it too. It's just the way the NFL is. They don't always play the best player. Like Pollard, we see is just better than Zeke. But again, Zeke is the guy that's got the money. Zeke is the guy that's playing. It's just I think he's better than Carter. But when Brees Hall comes back, they won't want him. Yeah, I mean, I don't think James Robinson is better than Carter. I like Carter over James Robinson. I think he can catch the ball better, and he's still a decent runner. They're similar, I guess, but running the football. But Carter's got that pass catching upside. Plus, I mean, I think Carter was what, a third round pick, fourth round pick, maybe. So they spent a little bit on him, not much, but Brees Hall, we know, is the guy no matter what. We know Michael Carter is going to be the backup. So that's how you got to kind of look at it going in. You know, Dynasty leagues, good time to try and buy low on Michael Carter. Matter of fact, actually, because going into next year, I mean, we don't know if Brees is going to be ready for the beginning of the season. Um, if he is, we know that pretty much Michael Carter has that backup role on lock. And if Brees is not ready, maybe Michael Carter gets some work until he gets back, you know. Or Brees Hall, maybe, they ease him back into it. So, but yeah, I don't think he's better than Carter. I mean, the NFL doesn't think that either, being that James Robinson was undrafted. So sometimes you just gotta let the NFL, like the NFL, are way better talent evaluators than me or anybody else out there. So sometimes we just gotta look at what the team's done, what they've spent on a player, what they've invested on a player, and that's how we can determine like who they feel um, is good and who they're gonna put on the football field. Which is why, we say it all the time, how why these first round picks, especially quarterbacks, they always keep getting chances. Zach Wilson's still getting chances, right? Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, they're still getting chances to play. I mean, I have a buddy in Dynasty and he drafted Jefferson one year and Chase the next year. Oh my goodness, bro. He's running the table on those mofos. He can just laugh himself to the ship, bro. He can laugh himself to the ship. Uh Almost every year. I mean, doesn't matter whether it's start 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, however many starting positions there is. That's just it's not even fair to have both of those guys. And he should never get rid of those guys no matter what. And that's awesome drafting. Um, because Jefferson, even Chase, they weren't guys that were like, oh, these are the best wide receivers in the class. These guys are going to be the first wide receivers off the board. They weren't those guys. They weren't the first wide receivers off the board in dynasty rookie mock drafts. They were like late round first, like 107, 108, 109 in rookie drafts. So, to be able to hit on both of those guys, that's awesome. But I mean, listen, that's like a rarity. Like now we saw those guys do it, and now we think like everybody is supposed to do it. And if they don't do it, like they're a bust. They're not good. And that's just not true. I mean, we saw Devonta Smith last season. He had almost 1,000 yards receiving, like 900 yards receiving. He had a great season by rookie standards for anybody. But Jalen Waddle just overmatched that. You've had the Jefferson, you had the Chase. It's just yeah. Rager went. Yes, Rager was one of the first ones off the board. Absolutely, bro. And look at him now. Now he's fucking. Now he's quitting on routes halfway through down the field. I don't know if you saw the game today, where Kirk threw the pick and they picked it off at like the 2 yard line, 1 yard line, where he just stopped running the route in like the middle of the field. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Rager went high, and that happens in Dynasty. They're not always right, but we want to, especially in Dynasty, we want to play. We want to play the percentages. We want to play. We want to play the numbers. So yeah, in the Dynasty, that's what I'm saying. In the Dynasty, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep, absolutely. A lot of people did. A lot of people got burned on that. You know, I mean, CEH was a 101 in some drafts because especially he went to the Chiefs in dynasty drafts. People got burned on CEH. I mean, listen, it happens. You can't always tell it, but that's why again we look at the history. We want the guys that are picked in the first round, especially early first round. They're a very high hit percentage. Um, first 2 rounds, those are the guys that have the highest hit percentages. The guys that drafted in the first 2 rounds. Amon-Ra St. Brown was drafted in the fourth round. Um, and people weren't as high on him because of where he was drafted, but he turned out to be great. So that's just, there's outliers, of course. Austin Eckler was an undrafted guy, and he's one of the best running backs in the league. But if you look at all the other top 20 running backs, all of those guys were drafted in the first round or second round of the NFL draft. Um, and those are the real like workhorse guys. So he drafted Pickett this year with his first. I wasn't crazy about Pickett, honestly, to be totally honest. I'm not crazy about Pickett. I think he can be pretty good, like NFL quarterback, but for fantasy, like I don't know. I think he can just be like I don't see him cracking the top 12 in fantasy. But in super flex league, you need QB, so I'm guessing he had super flex league why he picked him up. Yeah, he needed a QB. Yeah, listen, super flex is not bad if you have him. You want to get a guy that's going to play at least, so you need the QBs. They're important. So absolutely. But listen, there's some good QBs coming out this year. And then you've got some QBs coming out next year as well. So, mm, um, but yeah, you got Bryce Young coming out. You've got CJ Stroud. Bryce Young is a little more athletic, kind of gets out of the pocket, can make shit happen when shit breaks down. CJ Stroud is a little bit more in the pocket kind of QB. So Bryce Young probably has the better upside for fantasy. And then you got guys like Will Levis and Anthony Richardson that are coming out. Will Levis, I mean, they're trying to compare him to like Josh Allen because of how big he is, and he could run the football, but he's not a great passer, so he's like a project. But again, if these guys are picked early in the first round, I mean, that team is spending 30 mil on these guys. They're gonna give them chances to play, and if they play and produce, I mean, look at Jalen Hurts, look at Justin Fields. Now, these Russian QBs. making names for themselves and homes for themselves. So if you can grab any of these guys, I'm high on Levis and CJ the most. I like Young, but he's not my guy. But QB is one of the hardest to evaluate, especially for dynasty purposes. I like CJ too. The thing about Bryce is that he can just extend shit. In NFL nowadays, that's what they look at, especially Will Levis. I don't particularly like. I mean, he's just not like having a great season. He's not making people better. I feel like he could be better or he should be better. But then again, I'm not no talent evaluator, so I'll let the NFL decide that. If he's picked in the top 10 of the NFL draft, now I know that what the NFL thinks, and I know that you can take a chance on him in dynasty drafts. But it just matters, where these guys are picked. It's really hard to determine. And then you got Anthony Richardson coming out as well. He's probably got the highest upside of everybody, but he's not like he's got to be worked on. Like, he's got a lot to go. He's gotta learn a lot. Um, but if he can sit behind somebody, for a couple years and then be kinda groomed into it, I think he could be good. He could be really good, and he'll give you some crazy upside. But again, it's gonna matter, well, especially when it comes to the QBs, it's just gonna matter where these guys get drafted. So, I mean, the latest mock drafts, they've got all 4 of these guys going in the top 10, you know? I think the latest one for CBS has got Bryce Young going to the Texans at 1. They've got Will Levis going to the Seahawks at 3. They've got CJ Stroud going to the Lions at 4. And then they've got Anthony Richardson going to the Colts at 10. So those are top 10 picks. Those are guys that you can feel comfortable taking a chance on. If you miss, you miss, but you can take a chance on any of those guys. It's the cheapest way to get a QB, especially in super flex leagues. So are the Lions? I don't know if the Lions will draft a QB. They've already said that they don't see Golf as like a bridge QB, so they don't see like them grooming anybody under him. I think they like Golf, so I don't know if they really do draft a QB. I don't know if they just spend that on something else. On Georgia, who is that? Darnell Washington, or are you talking about Mayer? Yeah, Darnell Washington. He's a fucking just a big dude, bro. 6'7", 270. And tight ends are another one that's like they're really hard to judge for dynasty purposes coming in because they don't really hit right off the bat. Like they usually take a few years to develop. So we'll see where he goes. We'll see what he can do. But yeah, he's just a fucking big ass dude. Brian, what's up, Brian? Is there a benefit in doing a 2-week playoff with the same team? Didn't realize my playoffs were that kind of format. Yeah. I don't particularly like that format. I don't play in any leagues that has that format, but there are a lot of leagues out there that do have that format. So, yeah, I don't particularly love it, but there's not a benefit to it because it's not like the thing with fantasy is like you play a team every week. Like that's it. It's do or die. This is the NFL, the playoffs. It should just be 1 week. That's it. Do or die. You guys either put up or shut up. And instead, you do like a 2-week thing. So, like, okay, a guy doesn't do so good 1 week. Okay, maybe it does better the next week. I mean, it just depends on what you prefer, in your league, and maybe you do it like that in one league, but then you're in other leagues that don't do it like that. I mean, it just really depends on what you prefer. There's no actual benefit to actually doing it that way. I like the thrill of it being just the original, you're playing that team that week, you either win or you don't. So I think the Texans should not go with a QB and get someone they can build one around. Yeah, I mean, listen, they've got decent. They got Nico Collins, they got Mechie. It looks like they're gonna draft another wide receiver as well. I've seen a few mocks with them drafting a wide receiver, but um, I think they've got to pretty much go QB at this point. I guess they could try and wait another year, but they can get any of these guys this year, so they might as well. I mean, because Davis Mills is not it. They give him a chance at least, but no, he's not it. So if they could go QB and then build around the QB, I think that's probably what they're looking for. Otherwise, they can try and build up a defense and then work around for the defense. But when you've got that high of a pick in the NFL draft, I mean, it's almost inevitable that they're gonna go out and get a QB. So, but I can see, what you're saying. To just gotta get other guys, build around that because it makes sense. It definitely does. But I mean, shit, who the fuck are we? We you know, aren't the GMs. We don't get paid for it. We probably should because we probably could do a better job than some of these mofos out there. But I don't know. They definitely gotta soup up the defense. And the other part of it, Jason, is like they have like I believe they have enough capital to go out and try and get a QB as well as fix up a lot of other spots on their team. So let me see what draft picks they have. Yeah, I mean they've got one, two, three, four. They got 4 picks in the top six. No, that wasn't it. Not bad. 2023. Oops, let me put that 2023 draft. They've got 11 picks. So they've got their first round pick. They've also got Cleveland's first round pick. So they got 2 first round picks. So they can spend that early one on the QB and then go fix the rest. They've got 1 second. They've got 2/3, a fourth, a fifth, one, two, three, four, sixth. I mean, they've got plenty. They've got plenty to go around. Yeah, that's true. They need a QB, but I want to see the team get a defensive player first. Yeah, I mean, listen, since they got the two first, they'll probably spend the top one on getting the QB and then wound up just getting a defensive player with that second first. So, well, QBs are free agents. QBs are free agents. I mean, Tom Brady will be a free agent. Um, Geno Smith, if they don't re-sign him. Jimmy G, Andy Dalton, Jacoby Brissett. Let me see if I can look this up. Let me just look at this real quick. Taylor Heineke, PJ Walker, Teddy Bridgewater, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Huntley, Mike White. I think that's it. I could be wrong. Lamar Jackson, if he doesn't sign a contract. Damn, I missed it. Who fumbled? Fuck. Josh Allen. Okay. Let's go, Miami. You like QB with the first and their other first O line, then the rest defensive. I'm not sure what their situation is. I don't even know what their O line looks like or their. I mean, yeah, I don't know what their O line looks like. So if they need to go O line, I would go with especially in the NFL, they're gonna go with the best player that's on the board. So if that is an O line player, they'll go with the O line player. If it's a defensive guy, then go with the defensive guy. So yeah, I do like QB first. I think you gotta give one of these guys a shot. I mean, you have to. You almost have no choice, and you pick who you want to give that to. I like them signing Jimmy G. The Texans, I mean, they could, but are they just a quarterback away? That's the other problem, you know. And Jimmy G is probably a guy that wants to go to, you know, somewhere else where they actually have a decent shot, or they're just kind of a QB away. I mean, I don't know who's going to need a QB next year. I mean, I don't think maybe the Colts. That's a possible destination. Maybe the Seahawks if they don't re-sign Geno, because then maybe they don't re-sign Geno, they draft a QB, and they just bring in Jimmy G to be the starter for right now, as the other guy gets in reps and learns and shit. Um, Falcons need a QB. That could be Jimmy G. The Saints need a QB. That could be Jimmy G. The Steelers. That could be Jimmy G. Jimmy G might actually be a good fit there. The Broncos. Well, it can't be the Broncos because bum ass Russell Wilson. The Titans, maybe. Bengals, Bucks, Commanders. That could be a possible target. They have guys who they can sign. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Falcons, Saints. Yeah, definitely, bro. All of those teams could. Definitely, definitely. I mean, I hope the Falcons draft a QB. Whether it's 2023 or 2024, they need one of these top QBs. You know, but I don't think they'll be that bad. They won't be bad enough next year for them to get like a top pick. So what pick they got? Let's see where they're at. Falcons, they'll have pretty much the what 10th pick. They could go QB if if like the Lions don't go QB, if the Seahawks don't. Just depends on what those teams feel about these QBs. They'll let us know by who they take or when they take them. So like them getting Darnold for 2023 and getting a really good defensive. They could very well. They could very well. I mean, I think Darnold is decent. He's not like the future of any kind of team. I don't think, but he'll give you. He's good. A good backup guy to have to keep around. Like he can play. You know, I don't think he really had a fair shake with the Jets. I think that was just a very bad situation that he was in. Very bad situation. How much time is left in this game? I mean, so far in this one dynasty league, shit is working out for me. But my other dynasty league, Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook just fucking gave me an ass whooping, bro. Ass whooping, guys. To be honest, I care more for a good defense than before a good offense. Yeah, I mean, listen, nowadays teams they build the teams a lot of different ways, depending, of course, on the GM, the coaches, and shit like that. But yeah, listen, I like building a good defense too, because then you don't have to have as great of a QB. But the teams that have dominated mostly, they all have a pretty much a great QB attached to them, like the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers. Nowadays we see the Josh Allen, the Patrick Mahomes. These are the teams that are getting deep to the playoffs, winning the Super Bowls and shit. So he's also never played on a good team. That's true. It's very true. But that's the one. The one thing why it makes it so hard to evaluate some of these QBs because they could be really good, but don't forget these teams that have the top picks in the draft, they suck. The teams suck. Most of the time, the organizations are just not great. They just run the organization badly. So now you're just going into a bad situation to begin with. You don't have the proper coaching, you don't have the right coach, you don't have a system that's in place, and it just makes it so much harder for those guys to succeed. I mean, we saw the whole thing with Josh Rosen. That was terrible. I mean, I don't know, man, but it happens, bro. It happens. I'm in my dynasty league. I drafted Drake London. Yeah, I got Drake London in my dynasty league as well. I got actually Drake London and Kyle Pitts. I have both of them, which I guess I don't particularly love, but it just so happened to work out that way. And obviously Pitts is hurt, and Drake London hasn't been, doing great. So I don't have, I don't really think I would even want to trade any of them, but I could probably just roll with both of them. Josh Allen needs to stop with this up the middle rushing because it's just not it. Almost better if you're mid first round. Yeah, if you're a mid or even a late, I mean, or a second. But that's the thing is like these teams they'll go and grab you quick because they want to make sure they grab you before any other team could. So a lot of times the QBs are just they're so important that they're going as the top guys. You know. And sometimes they don't necessarily deserve to go as the top guys, but yeah, I mean, listen, if you're picked in the middle or the second or the end or whatever, I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers had to wait a little bit before he was picked. Then he got to sit behind somebody. Josh Allen just had a big run. Okay. But yeah, a lot of it has to do sometimes with situation as well. I mean, so it's just hard because some of these guys are still like they're still raw, like they're still projects. Like they have to actually be taught, they have to be coached, and when you don't have that, and then on top of that, you're on a bad team. It just everything amplifies. It's just rough. I mean, look at Trevor Lawrence last year, how bad that was, and we can see what he's capable of, but he just looked fucking horrible. Green Bay was the best team for Rodgers. Yeah, I mean, listen, he got sat behind Favre for however long that was, and got to learn from him, got to learn a little bit, and then was able to go in. I mean, look at shit. Look at Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith, how he kind of sat behind that. Was able to learn. It wasn't forced right into it. Was able to kind of learn the system, understand everything before he got put in, just thrown into the fire and trying to learn everything at once. I mean, listen, it's a lot. You've got to learn an NFL playbook. You've got to remember everything. You got to know where your guys are going to be, and it's not easy to do, especially as a rookie coming in. And then on top of that, you've got all this pressure on you, and so I know you're a Vikings fan. Do you want to make any moves with trades? Um, what do you mean for the Vikings? Like, do I want the Vikings to make any moves trade wise? Is that what you're asking, Jay? Tom Brady sat behind someone. Yeah, Tom Brady, of course. Oh, God, something in my eye. Oh, Tom Brady sat behind Drew Brett, Drew Bledsoe. So, it wasn't until the injury happened that Tom Brady was able to, get that starting job. But yeah, Drew Bledsoe was the starting QB there before he was able to get in. And again, that's what gives you that advantage, where if you're not one of those top first round picks that go to a shitty team, you get a chance to possibly learn. The other problem is you might not ever see the field. So Allen flopped. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I mean, there was still he didn't even have to touch him. Just let him go. There's just no reason to even do that. No reason. All right, oh shit, what's going on? They're about to fight. Now the snow is coming down that we thought we were gonna kind of get earlier. I don't know what's happening. Everybody's fighting over here. Oh, they're down in the end. Oh God, I don't like this at all. No, 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 no. Yes. Damn. Fucking Diggs almost caught that. I don't need Diggs catching this. Yo, Jay. I saw him point and I was like, no, he's about to hit him on a little comeback. A good play. That's a catch that Diggs usually makes. He's got too much space on the outside. There's nobody outside by the pylons. Josh, run this in, bro. Oh God. Now it's third. They're probably gonna go for it on fourth. I need Josh to just run it in. Come on, baby. Well, throw it to Gabe. Throw it to Gabe. Better hold on to that damn football. Be all right. Let's see what's good. Yeah, you can see the snow starting to come down now. Luckily, it came now here, late in the game now, fourth quarter, or at least we got a chance to play most of the team, most of the game. Knox, TD, okay, Knox, let's go, let's go. They're going for two. Should have played Knox this weekend. This one league. Knox just open. Oh my god, how do you get toasted like that by the tight end? Jeez. All right, here we go. Going for two here. No. What the fuck is this? What is there a flag on? Oh, yeah. No, not Gabe. Anyone but Gabe. I just wanted to not to be. It can't be Diggs for me. So we won on that, bro. So pound that shit. Let's go. All right, let's see what we got here. What's about to happen on this? Can we get Josh to just sneak this shit in? Yeah, that wind is coming. That snow is coming down. Yep. Sneak that shit in. Oh, Josh. God damn, chill, bro. Yo, what is going on here? Was he in? He tried to get in. He almost got his hand broke by somebody's helmet, though, probably. Um, can we see this? What's going on? Can we see the replay? Yeah, it might be. I'm always like a play behind. Was he in though? I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, just put your shit on pause, bro. Or rewind it like a second. This way I could catch up. I mean, we're in commercial now, um, but yeah. I mean, listen, we got a bunch of more games tomorrow. We've got let's check out this 1 o'clock window. Eagles, Bears, Falcons, Saints, Lions, Jets, Steelers, Panthers, Cowboys, Jags, Chiefs, Texans. So we've got Lions, Jets, Lions, Jets. Seems like that could be an interesting game, especially since the Lions been playing sick. Cowboys, Jags. That could be a good game. Falcons, Saints. Steelers, Panthers. I mean, Eagles should blow out the Bears, but Sanders has a really good matchup. I'm going against him in one league. I'm a little scared because he just has the opportunity to go off. Chase and Adams need to go crazy. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the playoffs. This is the week. This is the week, man. We need everybody to do their thing. You've got Adams going against the Patriots. That's going to be tough because Bill Belichick usually is always taking away the best player, whoever they're going against. So I don't know what the game is. That going to be more on Jacobs and not so much, do they really even care about Derek Carr like and Dave and Devontae Adams? Like, just do your thing. Almost had the most stacked wide receiver core before he got hurt. I traded for Cup. Yeah, that's rough. Hammer in one of our dynasty leagues, he has Chase and Cup and Jacobs. But yeah, Cup wound up going down, of course, so he's got to roll with just Chase and Jacobs the rest of the way. But yeah, I'm playing Bagala in Dynasty this week. That's who I'm playing right now. He's the one who has Diggs, so but he had Watson, Peoples Jones, and Joku, and they didn't really do much. They had a touchdown, but I'm content with that. I definitely am. I'll roll with that. Roll with that. Um, mm, 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 mm. But yeah, I mean, Zach Wilson is probably like the biggest thing about this week. Really, is Zach Wilson and then Desmond Ritter finally getting to start for the Falcons. How much are they going to let him throw the ball? Is he going to take some shots? I mean, Mariota was a guy that did not take many shots downfield. I mean, I think he took the least amount of shots downfield of any quarterback. So hopefully, hopefully they try and get the ball to Drake London. Um, yeah, I want to win too, bro. Thanks, Jay. I want you to win. Thanks, Jay. So far, so good. I'm projected for like 140 something. He's projected for like one job. I got a 20-point projection lead, whatever that means. We know that doesn't mean much nowadays. But he's got Miles Sanders and Saquon. He's got Diggs going right now. Um, but I got a good shot. He's still got Judy that has to play. Judy, Saquon, and Miles Sanders. I still got a bunch of guys to play. I got Foreman, I got Knight, I got Patty Mahomes, I got St. Brown. I still got a bunch of guys. None of my offensive guys have played yet. Only my defensive. Only my defensive. How do you get 140? Well, it all depends on the league. So this particular league, we do half PPR, and we have bonuses for 100-yard receiving, 100-yard rushing, 300-yard passing, and then we have individual defensive players. It's an IDP league, so we have defensive line, we have linebacker, DB, and then we have like a flex spot where you can play whatever you want for defense. So you get defensive points as well. And then we have 3 wide receivers and 1 flex, 2 running back, 1 QB. So 3 wide receivers and a flex is the setup. We play with the extra wide receiver. Only my QB played, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, just yeah, my buddy is in that. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time that this is the first year, well, the second year actually that I've done an IDP league. But it all depends on like who's in the league and the commish. Like there's a bunch of different ways IDP is played. Um so there's like 420 Fantasy Hustler and all of his leagues, he has IDP. And in that, it's 2 defensive linemen, it's 2 linebackers, it's 2 defensive backs, and it's 2 flexes. So, you're essentially playing 2, 4, 6. You're playing 8 extra guys that get points. So, it just depends on the league. There's a bunch of different ways to play IDP and how many players you use and the scoring and all that. So it's fun. It's different. It's different. It's fun and it's different. That's all. Santa believes in Buffalo. Oh, I missed it. Oh, the snow's really coming down now. Was that Wilson? Damn. See, this is the snow that everybody thought it was gonna be. Now it's coming down. They're gonna run it. I mean, if they can run some of this clock and get a tutty, yeah, this would have been cool if the whole game was played like that. I mean, that must suck. Like as a fan, I mean, I guess the people in Buffalo they're used to that ish, but I ain't going to Buffalo to watch a game like that. Like that's not even fun. This game will be a whiteout soon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just need them to run the clock. That's what we need here. Let's go, Jay. Come on. Let's go, Molster. Hand this shit off. Tua, don't fuck around, Tua. God damn it. Cheetah ain't letting that shit go. He's like, nah. Yeah, that was just not a good play. Um, Luckily, Cheetah grabbed that shit because that could have been picked. Oh, you live in Canada. Okay. It might have been yesterday. It might have been worse. So, speaking of Canada, Jay, I live in North Carolina now in the US, but I used to live in New York City. I moved out here to North Carolina about 4 years ago. And in New York, I was a district manager for Tim Hortons, for Timmy's. I know you know all about Timmy's. So I was a district manager for an operator for an owner in the U.S. and we made the first 4 Tim Hortons in New Jersey and in Staten Island, New York. Hell yeah, yeah, bro. So I did that. I did that for probably about 4 years. Worked for that guy, but I went up to Canada, when we first started. He sent me up to Canada for this, like, owners and manager, like, training, and I spent 2 months up there. So I basically lived there for 2 months in a hotel, and did all of, like, this extensive training and shit, and they brought me to all these, different places for Tim Hortons and shit. So, but yeah, that was in where are you in Canada, bro? I was in Burlington, Ontario, which is, like, right outside of, Toronto. So when I was there, like, I drove was probably, like, 45 minutes, basically 45, 50 minutes. I drove into, Toronto, and I caught a Raptors game. That was, like, geez, what, 7 years ago? That was a while back. North Bay, Ontario, okay. But, yeah, it was cold up there, bro. It was cold, man. That was no joke. Oh, that's about 7 hours. Okay, yep, about 7 hours. So are you Eastern time, Jay, or are you, different? Oh, that's Gabe. Wait, what just happened? How'd they get the ball? Did I miss something here? Or that was 4th down, they punted it or something? Okay, you're Eastern like me then, okay. Yeah. Is that snow, and they just gotta kick a field goal if they oh, sack, oh, there's a flag. What is it gonna be? They punted, yeah, I'm flipping back and forth between shit over here. Holding decline, so they took the sack, okay. There you go. Yeah, that was a hold early. He just ran Singletary. Get out my way. All right, Josh. All right, we're not going into overtime, so somebody's got to win this shit. Picked? Is that picked? Oh, I thought that was picked for some reason. I'm blind, but that was to Gabe. You didn't want that to Gabe, bro. Oh shit. 3rd and 2. This is a big third. Oh, come on. Not Diggs. What the fuck? He's coming out. He's a little hurt, I think. I think you were right, bro. He's definitely feeling something. He came right out after that. He probably fell right on the hip. It's like it's getting worse and worse that snow. They're really starting to get it now. We both had the same reaction. Oh man. So they're gonna run this out. They're basically gonna try and get in field goal range at the end to probably try and win. They gotta get real close though. I mean, you don't want to kick it too far. I mean, you've at least still got to try and move the ball. But all right, here we go. Here we go, Josh. Joshua. See, when I watch fantasy, I'm funny. I call mofos by their first names and shit. Bass is one of the best, but again, I mean, you're talking about the snow now, you're talking about wind, and then we're not only talking about the kicker, we've got to get a good snap. We've got to get the perfect catch. He's got to place it down perfectly. Now, you've got fucking snow all there. It's just, everything's got to go perfect. So the further out you are, the higher percentage that shit could happen. There's McKenzie. God damn, another 3rd down they get. They're gonna take this shit right down. Gonna take it right down. He's making sure he catches it. He went right down. He don't care. Making sure he catches it, get the 1st down. Josh looks like he could barely see out there. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah, they're just gonna oh man, they're gonna just milk this shit right down. They're gonna wind up kicking a field goal to win it. Yep, this will take it down to the 2-minute warning. It's not the Diggs or Gabe though. Yeah, that's what I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. They should take it right down to the 2-minute. They're not going for it. He's gonna try and get him offside. That was a horrible fucking. That was a horrible acting job. But anyway, Yeah, I mean, I got a tough decision of who I'm gonna even play tomorrow. Like, am I playing Latavius Murray or am I playing Chris Moore or am I playing DJ Moore or am I playing Antonio Gibson? Like, what's it gonna be? I like the matchup for Chris Moore. I just don't want to chase the points he had last week. Like, how much of that was like a fluke or aberration? I know there's nobody else there. Like, somebody's got to catch the football, but at the same time, I just don't know. I just don't know. All right, let's check out the check out some wide receiver stats real quick. Yeah, so Justin Jefferson, that put him at 1623. Um, I think that still puts him on pace to beat. Is it put him on pace to beat 2000? No. Yeah, almost. I think he's a little under. So Gibson, you think? Yeah, I mean, I'm torn. It's hard for me to choose. I don't know who to play. I love Gibby, but I mean, he'll give me a pretty stable floor. I feel like he'll give me a nice, 7, 8 points. We play half PPR, so I just hate that Brian Robinson is getting the majority of the work there. Meanwhile, Latavius Murray is the main guy. He's got a good matchup, so uh, but yeah, and then you got Chris Moore, who's got a good matchup as well. Nobody else on the team to catch the ball, so I'm just kind of torn between like who the fuck I'm gonna play. Um, So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, and I'm gonna sit on it. Yeah, because Gibby don't play till 8:20 tomorrow. Latavius Murray don't play till 4:05. So I've got a while to actually think about it. I don't think I could play DJ Moore at all, especially after last week. Like that was just some bull jive. Yeah, I know he's on a shit team. I know, bro. I know. What am I gonna do, bro? What am I supposed to do? All right, we back. With a minute 30 left here, and Singletary is just running. 120 and counting. Still two timeouts each. It doesn't look like either team is necessarily in a rush to call timeouts here. They're trying to rip it. Yep. They're trying to rip it. You better hold on to that ish. Definitely got to hold on to that. Yeah, I'm fine with it too, bro. Let's do it, Jay. I mean, at this point, they're in field goal range. The way the weather is, why take the chance of throwing it and something happening? Like if you don't have to right now, it's second down. Okay, that was more of an option, run pass option, but that's fine. That's a little slant. Um, but yeah, now on third down, you're forced to kind of pass it or you kick a long field goal. You don't want to really kick a long field goal if you miss it now because now the clock stops. So that's the other part of it. You know, do you run it, kick a long field? I don't think you want to kick a field goal here. So maybe they just run it and kick the field goal, and make Miami waste a timeout. Otherwise, they'll try and pass it and let's see what happens. Diggs is oh no. Okay, that wasn't Diggs. Oh no, don't throw the flag. Don't throw the oh, what are you doing, bro? Turn around. Turn to the ball. Make a play on it. Come on. That actually might be good for us because now they're definitely gonna run it now and just fucking kick the field goal. I'm sure they want to get it in the end zone without kicking a field goal. So I don't like that they're necessarily down there because they could just throw it in or do one of those fucking run pass options. Oh shit. Why even do that? Like let him make a play. Don't leave the play up to a pass interference. Like turn around, get your body around. Oh, Gabe Davis is ass off the line. He's Just another reason to look at why I hate Gabe Davis. I mean, what is this guy doing? How do you do? What kind of defense is that? Not even looking. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, I'm. They're gonna run it. They've got to run it here. There's no way they're gonna make them waste the timeouts. They're gonna run it first and second down at the least. If they can get the first, that'll be even fucking bigger. Yep. Here comes the run. Boom. Timeout. Another run. Yeah, I think we're good, bro. We're good. We good. Yeah, baby. Trying to get this dub. I gotta beat Bagala. I got to. Got to, baby. Looks like they're gonna kick this bitch in. All right. Tua's cold as fuck. Look at this. He's like, fuck this. Um, and that was one thing that OBJ had said is like he wants to play somewhere warm. Like he's not trying to play somewhere cold. Looks like Dallas is like front runners to sign him. At least that's what Jerry Jones said. He'll be joining us soon or some shit like that. I don't know. Here it is. Hand that shit off. Don't fuck around. Oh, he might be in. Oh, he went down. Or they try to let him in. Of Green Bay. Green Bay getting who? I forgot who I was even talking about. Oh, OBJ. My bad. Now I'm thinking of it. Oh, yeah. He's not going there, bro. It's way too cold. No, he. Yeah, he's like, nah. I'm going somewhere warm. Like he's a fucking prima donna. I mean, he's gotten better, at not being such a bitch. But lately, no, I'm only playing somewhere warm. And then his other thing was, oh, I just want to join a team for the playoffs. Like, I don't want to play the regular season. I want to play when it matters. Like, bro, seriously? No, that's not how it works, bro. Yeah, he wants a warm place. So it's either gonna be the Rams again or Dallas, really. Maybe he runs it up with the Rams next year. 3rd and 1, they're gonna kneel it and then kick the field goal. They should just ran it. Fuck it. All right, so here we go. Comes down to Bass for the game winner. Look at him coming in with just one stripe, fucking coming in like a warrior. I got this shit, boys. Pack this shit up. This shit's a dub. Look, they're moving all the snow out the way for this dude. They're like, bro, we got you. We got you, bro. they got the snow off the wrong spot at first. All right, here it is. Here it is for the dub. Oh, they called a timeout. All right, so we gotta wait now. That's it. This is a chip shot. I mean, I know the snow is coming, the wind is there, but this is not a far field goal, not for an NFL kicker anyway. For a real person like any of us, the shit is kind of far and it's hard, but I hope he makes it too. I'm not trying to see this going to overtime. I'm really not. Guys, why don't you just ask him, where is it going to be? Where do you want me to wipe this shit off at? They clean. Look how much they cleaned off. Oh god. Here it is. But you didn't clean off where he's going to be stepping from, you fucking idiots. They should be cleaning up that whole back part where he's running up his 2 steps. That's what they need to clean. If he fucking botches those 2 steps. There it is. Game, let's go. Let's go. Oh, there you go. Had to slide into Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Looking good. All right. All right. Well, yeah, I guess I'm about to hop off this for now. Um I don't know if I'm gonna be on for my 11 tomorrow. I'll probably just be on Fantasy Football Network guys for the 12 to 1 with them. I might not do mine tomorrow. I got a couple things to do in the morning. I'm not sure if I'll be back in time. Um but check in Fantasy Football Network at 12 Eastern. I'll probably be on with them at that time if you don't catch me on mine at 11. But Jay, everybody else out there, thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like if you haven't already. Help us out there. But other than that, peace, guys. Good luck tomorrow. And ladies, gents, guys, girls, whatever. Good luck tomorrow in the matchups if I don't hear from y'all. And peace.